The framing square is one of the most useful tools for the construction trades. Notice the two blades with various tables on each. Take care when using this tool. Avoid nicking the blades by bumping the framing square against hard objects. Keep the tool clean and wipe the blades with a light wax to keep the square in good condition. The framing square has three main parts. The heel of the square is the right angle formed at the intersection of each blade. The body of the framing square is 24 inches long and 2 inches wide. The tongue of the square is 16 inches long and 1.5 inches wide. 16 inches and 24 inches are the standard distances between centers of wall studs and rafters. The 1.5 inch tongue blade is the same width as the thickness of framing lumber, such as 2x4s or 2x6s. The face and back of the framing square contain several tables, which are very useful to the carpenter on the job. Purchase a good quality square which contains the tables in your workbook. The tables may vary from manufacturer to manufacturer. To check the framing square for accuracy, draw a horizontal baseline along the body of the square. Then slide the body down to the midpoint of the baseline and draw a vertical line along the tongue of the framing square. Flip the framing square to the other side of the vertical line and align the body of the framing square with the baseline. The framing square is accurate if the vertical line aligns with the tongue of the framing square. Using the framing square, you can check for a 90-degree angle and square the board. To square the board, place the body of the square against the edge of the board and mark along the tongue. This line is now squared with the front edge of the board. You can draw other angles with the square using the scales on the body and tongue of the square. Place the square on the board so that the marks on the scale line up with the desired angle. In this case, 5 on the tongue and 12 on the body. Then draw your line. The framing square also provides a quick and easy way to lay out the angle cuts for rafters, including the ridge cut and the bird's mouth. To make a ridge cut for a rafter, place the square on the board so that the marks on the scale line up with the desired angle. In this case, 5 on the tongue and 12 on the body. Then mark the tongue side of the square. This is the ridge or plumb cut of the rafter. To make the bird's mouth for a rafter, lay out the same angle used for the ridge cut at the seat of the rafter. Use the 5-inch mark on the tongue and the 12-inch mark on the body. Mark the tongue side of the square. Slide the square along the plumb cut up from the bottom of the rafter to the point where 3.5 inches on the body aligns with the bottom of the rafter and points toward the ridge cut. Place a mark along the body. This is the layout for the bird's mouth or seat cut of the rafter. When cut out, it looks like this, and the rafter fits into the roof like this. Stop the videotape now and go to the practice exercises in the workbook.